Hey everybody, it is already January. My name's Brandon Cunningham and welcome to our January virtual workshop. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. I don't know where you guys are joining us from on this maybe beautiful Saturday morning. Maybe it's a Saturday afternoon. I don't know. I've got a little coffee going in my Puerto Rico. Got my little Puerto Rico mug. Picked this up at the airport. Love my people down in Puerto Rico. But glad you guys are here. I hope that you've joined some other people to kind of hang out with for a little bit today to get to know a little bit more about us and what we are about at this team, Team True Blue, and this amazing company, Lifevantage, that we are so excited about. You may not know who my wife and I are, and that's perfectly fine, but we have been around this company for quite some time. It's changed our life. The product Protandem, I have not gone a day without this product now in 9 years. So I love it, and I'm going to tell you that some of the other products that we've brought on equally as exciting, but there is nothing that compares to Protandem Nerf 2. It is a game changer. It is, when the world finds out about what this product is, they're going to just take it. They're going to take it. And that's, a little bit of a segue into the first part of this virtual workshop this morning. Is we like to share what we do as a group and why we're doing it as a group. And then for those that are interested, after this presentation, we will do a quick training with some of the basics that you're going to need to take advantage of this information financially. So if you see the profit potential in the next few minutes, stick around, ask some questions, and who knows, maybe we'll get some checks showing up in your mailbox or on one of our direct deposit debit cards that we give out to our folks that share this information. But let's jump into this, guys. We live in Florida on the West Coast. We've been married, my wife and I, over 26 years, 2 kids, and we come from a background of traditional business, a couple different businesses. It's really, I tell people, I never in a million years thought I would be doing what I'm doing today, like even sharing this with you. But I could say that about our last few businesses. I never thought I would be in the car business, and it was an amazing business for my family. I never thought I would be in the metal refinishing business. It was an amazing business for my family. And so this, I hope you see kind of the same way. People get at points in their life where they're ready for some change. I was ready for some change. But for some of you, you might just want to be, wanting to find out about this amazing product. But along the way, if this looks, as I said just a few minutes ago, if it looks exciting to you, there is a way to take advantage of it financially. So we have got our hands on a product that absolutely is a medical breakthrough. I mentioned it just a few minutes ago, Protandem Nerf 2. It is an activator. It's not a supplement, and it allows your body to function the way it used to function. It allows your body to take care of itself the way it used to take care of itself. And I'm going to play a quick video for you to start this out. The video's got some age on it, but that is part of the purpose of it, showing you this. This is not something that we think might work in the future. This is not something that we're hoping to get some great results on. 10 years now after this video, over 10 years after this video has aired, we know what it is. But nonetheless, the reason we show it is to show what I just stated. Secondly, it's ABC News. ABC, the show Prime Time, you'll recognize the reporter, and they tested his blood. And so what validation, it's literally like a commercial for our company. And it's such validation because it's not from our company, but it will give you a good basis for our flagship product, Protandem, and the science that we now know of called Nerf 2 activation. So let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. We'll play that video. The video is only a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit about how the product works, how you can take advantage of that. So let me share my screen, and let's pull up the video.
The following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can you scoot? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease?
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease?
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
All right, guys. So let me just chat with you a little bit. Let me stop the share there. And I hope what you just saw is a little bit of an eye-opener to the significance of what we are talking about. That program mentioned many diseases that maybe run in your family, diseases maybe you've already had to deal with. Now, to get it clear, we can't say that we treat, cure, prevent, mitigate any disease, okay? Just disclaimer out there. But I will tell you this. Here's what we can say. We know that when you take Protandim, and I'm talking about with a absolute certainty that when you take Protandim, your oxidative stress levels will be reduced in your body. And what we know is it's about an average of 40% reduction. We also know that when you take Protandim, it removes the age dependency caused by oxidative stress. Well, what's that mean, Brandon? What it means is my blood right now, because I've been taking this product obviously longer than 30 days, but beyond 30 days, when you've been taking this product, if they draw your blood and they want to look at these markers that identify oxidative stress, which is related to every disease you know, okay? My blood looks like a child's blood. Now, sign me up on that, right away. Cancer runs in my family. My grandfather died in his early 50s of cancer. I already had skin cancer, over 30 stitches in my face for skin cancer. As soon as I found out that there was a product that I could take that was not pharmaceutical, that came from plants, and it was only $41, there was no question that I was going to take it. So we take it. And so I encourage you to take the product. I currently am taking something called the Vitality Stack. The Vitality Stack is the combination of not only that product, but some other products that we've branched off the same science that helps me turn me into the best physical version of me, right? At a cellular level. So we've got products that help with mental clarity. We've got products that help with gut health, and I'm in on those things. It's affordable. I'm excited. It's called the Vitality Stack, and it comes with free shipping. So that's just a little, I mean, we could share so much more about the products and what they do. And that's the purpose of this format, is that you're with other people that can share their stories with you. But nonetheless, you get a little hint there. You saw the graph. It was ABC News. You heard the doctors. If you've never heard of oxidative stress, man, thank the person that invited you to watch this, because now you are aware of what not potentially will cause you health problems down the road, but will certainly cause health problems for you. It's oxidative stress. There is no drug on the market to deal with it. That should also be an indicator for my entrepreneurs, guys. There's no drug on the market that's designed to reduce oxidative stress. And there is one product available that has been scientifically proven by over 20 universities, guys. PubMed.gov, over 20 studies. We've got patents on this product, and it's affordable, right? So for my entrepreneurs out there, I didn't know all the details, but I like, wait a second. You're telling me this works for everybody. You're telling me it's affordable. You're telling me it comes from plants, and it will help me be a better, like it'll give me some like health insurance, like insurance that I'm giving myself the best ability to fight off the aging process and perform at a better level, feel better. Sign me up. I was in. So we did. And we started asking some questions. We started asking questions about the potential of participating with the company in this new model. And they were ahead of their time. I mean, we do so much online now. Very rarely do people even go fight the craziness at the malls and the shopping centers. They do a lot online. And this company was aware of that trend, and we participate in the same model. We have a business opportunity that you are able to take advantage of if you own one of these. And most everybody owns a cell phone. If you own a cell phone or potentially a laptop, you have the ability to share this information and make a little money or make a lot of money. And so what I'm going to do now is show a quick video that will maybe resonate with you. Maybe you'll see a little bit of yourself in these stories, but it's stories of people that got information like you, did some research maybe, and decided to take advantage of it, and in doing so changed their life. So let me share my screen one more time, and we'll play this quick clip.
I clearly remember waking up one day and thinking that this is what every day is going to look like for the rest of my life. You know, wake up, get the kids ready for school, go to work, come home, feed the kids, go to bed, and do it all over again the next day.
The exact moment, I know when it was. I was watching my grandma get ready for work. She's 75 years old. She didn't want to go to work, but she had to.
Well, it hit us like a flash of lightning. Isaiah and I were working on what we were going to do after he retired and put numbers together, and turned out that we would need $2 million if we lived to be 80. Yeah, $2 million. There's no way, right?
The economy tanked and my firm went under, and I'm not looking for a job, you know? I'm overqualified. And they got these college kids getting out of college that are willing to work for pennies. You know, I thought you work hard, you're loyal to the company, and everything's going to be fine. But that just wasn't the case.
I was excited about my job, I was positive about it. It was the job I always wanted to have, but then I realized that all I was doing was working. Long hours, weekends, and one day when I was in the bus, I saw this park, beautiful park, families playing, and I realized I never do that anymore. What can I do so I can live today and not wait for some unknown future so I can start living my life?
I had this degree from an amazing university, all my friends did, and we thought that when we got out of college that we were going to be able to find a job just like that. And that wasn't the case. We got out, couldn't find a job in our field, and that was when I decided that something needed to be different.
Can you believe 70% of people in the US won't be able to retire, like my grandma? It made me realize that I needed to do something different for my family outside of that broken system.
I had to take control.
I just knew something had to change,
Nobody was going to determine my worth but me.
I learned about protandem and how it was the result of a huge scientific breakthrough in something in our bodies called NRF2. It's actually a protein in our genes.
Oh yeah, Harvard, LSU, Ohio State, University of Colorado, Denver.
Texas Tech, Virginia Commonwealth, Colorado State.
Free Radical Biology, the American Journal of Physiology, Circulation. I read them all.
I even watched ABC Primetime, NBC Today show. I wanted to know everything, and it was indisputable.
This product was proven over and over again.
Well, the study showed that protandem was literally combating the effects of aging at a cellular level. Just as soon as I realized that I could have a business and it helped people, everybody says that they want to help people, but we really do. I really help people.
Yeah, for me, it was a big deal that we were a global public company traded on the NASDAQ. Just knowing that we hold ourselves to a higher standard of responsibility, of quality, transparency, and that was important to me.
And then the check started coming. I actually even have my very first check in a place where I can see it, just to remember how once upon a time life was passing me by.
Well, it wasn't huge, of course, when we first started, but we started making enough to pay things like groceries and rent, and last month we even took a vacation. And now we have a retirement, right?
Well, my favorite thing is when they ask me, so what do you do for a living? And I tell them, I help people. And I do. I help people retire. I help people be happy. That's my job. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, with a franchise, really I would just be managing someone else's business. But with Lifevantage, this is my business, and it's how I support my family. But I also get to live my life. I get time to spend with my family and my kids, and I'm present now, rather than my mind being somewhere else.
I feel like this is the first time in our lives that we don't wonder what our future is going to look like.
It's a group, I'm not alone. I love it. I'm not alone, and I don't have to worry about people trying to climb over me to get ahead, or people hoping that I fail within the company. It's the people that I work with now actually care about my success. They care about me succeeding within this company, and yeah, I love it.
Lifevantage is just great. I love it that they are never content with just standing still. They could have said with this breakthrough with NRF2 that they were done.
Yeah, but they don't. And they didn't, and they won't. They keep researching, they keep innovating, and instead of focusing on fads, they're using nutrigenomics to create products that people love and that people actually use.
That's the community I joined, a community that keeps on researching, keeps innovating. That's why we're a leader of the nutrigenomic field, because we keep building on our research.
My favorite part is that I get to be with my kids. I get to help people. It's not a job if it's something you believe in, it's a life.
Well, she says we're getting healthy and wealthy. I just call it freedom.
Well, awesome, guys. I hope that you were able to take that information in. Maybe some of those stories you're like, that's me, or hey, I know someone just like that. And literally that's how the journey begins for a lot of us. Some of you out there are thinking, hey, I just want to take the product. And that is fantastic, because that's what we want. We want our friends, we want our associates, we want our networks to know about this product first and foremost, because we know everybody wants to feel better. We know everybody wants to perform better. And we've got some products that allow you to do that on many different fronts. So get with the person that invited you to this and get started on the products. If you are someone that says, I would like to earn some extra money, or I need to earn some extra money, or maybe you kind of are entrepreneuristic and go, hey, I want to take this as far as I can take it, then you have definitely been introduced to something that can allow you to hit some goals of yours for this year. I can tell you that for my wife and I, we had never done anything like this before. Our background's traditional business, but we did see a vision with this product in the company and sharing it with people. And it has led to a tremendous income for us, as well as what we do full time. We've done this full time for quite some time now. And the last thing I'll share with you before we transition out of this is our income earning statement. One sec, let me pull this up for everyone. Let me close the video down. And I think you should be able to see this. We are on still screen share. So it's a lot of numbers here, but somewhere in here is a number that makes this a worthwhile project for you. Look at the Pro 3 number. And if you look at the Pro 3 number, let me see if I can kind of take some notes here for you. Here's Pro 3 right here, right? So our Pro 3s are averaging about $580 a month on average. For a lot of families, that is a significant deal for their family, right? Some of you are like, nah, well, yeah, that's great. But man, if I could make a couple $1,000s a month, that Pro 5 range, right, where I could make $2,000, $2,500 a month, now we're talking some significant money, something that could maybe pay for a vacation that you haven't had in a while, or help you get an upgrade in an automobile so you have something that's more reliable, or maybe something other things there. Whatever it is, here's what I'm asking and why I put this PDF up. Somewhere in here, there's a number that gets everybody's attention. I've never showed this form to someone and they go, no, nowhere in there do I get excited about this. Because if you scroll down to the Master Pro 10 rank, you'll see these incomes. And the only reason I'm highlighting that is these are all monthly averages, okay? And again, it's an average, monthly averages, is $100,000 a month. And my wife and I are Master Pro 10s, and we're not these, special people with these special friends, with these special trainings. We just needed change in our life. And we never in a million years thought we would be Master Pro 10s. In fact, when we first started this business, I told my wife, you go do that. I've got some other things I got to take advantage of or take care of. We joined in 2009 when there was a crisis financially in the world and the United States. We were in real estate. But I thought if we can make a few hundred or a few $1,000, great. That'll give us a little bit of relief. Maybe we can go on some short weekend trip somewhere together. But slowly but surely, we shared this with people. And those videos, that's what we do. We share that information and we just ask, are you open to taking a look at the products? Are you open or looking for change? And what I would say to you guys is this, to make this really simple. The product is simple. If you want to feel better and you want to have the blood of a 5-year-old, if you want your body taking care of itself the way it used to, that's a simple decision, right? Get it shipped to your house. If you're wanting to change your future, in other words, if you are not where you thought you would be at this stage in your life, whether it's time or money. Some of you got a lot of money and got no time. Some of you have a lot of time and no money. So are you where you thought you would be at this stage in your life? with your time and money? And if the answer is no, I'd like to have more time, I'd like to have or need some more money, then there's only one solution, and that is you're going to have to change what you've been doing. We know this. If you keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. And if you repeat what you did in 2018, in 2019, you're probably going to be right in the same spot, right? So guys, look at this as a way to start working in a direction that might change some things for you. And truly, one of the fastest ways to change your financial future is to surround yourself with people who are where you want to be, right? Change your network, right? If you keep hanging out with the same people, you're going to get the same results. And that's what we're inviting you to. We're inviting you to network with a bunch of entrepreneurs, network with some positive-minded people, network with people who have a direction in their life, and you never know what might rub off on you, and you might find yourself in a position like a lot of us, where we are excited about what's happening, not upset about what's happening, and we owe it all to that crazy yellow pill pro tandem and this company, Lifevantage. I'm glad you guys joined us, and for those that are just here for the opportunity part, we're done with that. We're going to get into a training now, and so the training is going to be what we would call our get started type training. Our workshops are designed to get people started and moving and making some money immediately. So stick around. So just pause the video, and we'll be coming back with some amazing leaders that can help you get this thing off the ground. So go ahead and pause your video right now. We'll be right back with those guys. Okay, so I didn't go anywhere, and I hope you guys maybe either signed up as customers. I hope maybe you signed up as a customer and a distributor and you're ready to get going. So let's dive into this workshop. I've got first off up to bat here is an amazing leader out of Tampa, Florida. Mrs. Jessica Perez. Are you there, Jessica? I see your picture. I bet the camera will come on shortly. Looks like it's lighting up. There she is. There she is. I don't know. Just check your sound. Not getting.
Yep. Sound okay?
There you go. I can hear you now.
There you go.
Yep, awesome. I got you. Got your sound now. We're good. So guys, Jessica is an amazing leader within our organization and has had 2018 was a good year for Jessica, and she had some amazing things happen. I would call her one of our breakout leaders for probably the last maybe 10 months or so, but definitely if I just put a blanket over 2018, Jessica is definitely one of those breakout leaders because she has been a part of Lifevantage, and 2018 made some major strides forward. I know her check got bigger in 2018. She saw the residual income growing, and who better to share with you guys of how to grow a check and get some residual income than someone that's doing it in the trenches with her team. So thanks, Jessica, for being on with us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah. We got a little bit of a delay. It's kind of like almost a real television broadcast here. There's like a 3-second delay going on, but
there you go.
No problem. So guys, we recently released a tool for the team called Crazy Yellow Pill, and it's a website, crazyyellowpill.com. And one of the basics of what we do is sharing information. And in order to share the information, you need to know what to share, right? Like, what do I show people when they have questions? And our team uses crazyyellowpill.com. We recently released it. In fact, this is the first workshop that we get to train on it. So Jessica, I know you've got limited time today because you're heading out on some appointments. So thank you for being on here. But I want you to give some thoughts on Crazy Yellow Pill, your thoughts of the tool itself, and maybe how your team's using it.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. So from a personal perspective, for 7 years, I've been looking for one tool. We finally have one tool, which is really awesome. So it makes the training of others and the duplication happen that much simpler when there's one tool to talk about and one forum, one platform. So when I look at Crazy Yellow Pill and I think about everything we've had in the past, I look at this as something that tells the whole story. So on a personal level, I'm like, we finally can tell an opportunity story and a product story in one place, which is like huge. So thank you for that. I know it's been a long time coming. I know it's been a lot of work and effort, but on a personal note, it's been a game changer for our team specifically. So myself personally, I'm going to share one story. Actually, the person I'm going to meet with is a Crazy Yellow Pill product. He is a product of the Crazy Yellow Pill, which is really awesome. So, you know, I had shared other things with him prior because it wasn't out yet. And so he couldn't connect the dots. Personal trainer, fitness guy, he got the science part, but he's like, well, what about the business? Like trying to figure out how to put it all together. And it wasn't for him at that time. As soon as we got the new one, I said, hey, listen, I want to share something with you. So I did. And he immediately messaged me back and said, I get it. We need to talk. I was like, sweet. So he got it. And when I asked him what he got, he said, I'm every one of those people in that video. Like it spoke to me. Like it was just, it drew him in. Like I said, he understood science. He got NRF2. That's not what it was about for him. There's a lot of amazing things he's seen that's been put in front of him, but that was the game changer for him, just to feel connected to something. So I'm excited. That's who I'm getting ready to go sit with today and find out how this looks for him for 2019, which is great. My team story is even more powerful because this business is all about duplication. And that's great for me to do that, but to help other people do the same thing, Crazy Yellow Pill has been that answer for us, right? So it's when my team says, well, what do I send? I'm like, crazyyellowpill.com. Like there's no answer. There's no other answer but that. And that's what we're doing consistently everywhere. One of my top leaders down in Texas, I mean, he is tracking everything through that Run to Rank program where he's saying, okay, I want to run to something new. I'm going to use a tracker and this is what I'm doing. So he's tracking his results for every single time he shares that video with folks. And he makes sure they're watching it. He doesn't just send out a link, because I had that training with one of my teammates today. Don't send out 50 links because you're not going to get a response. So we had the positives and the negatives. That it was simple because you had it, but I'm like, yeah, let's talk about the invite and how to invite to it. So we've been working on that too, how to make sure it's a great invite, that they do sit down and watch it, and then we can have a follow-up. So I hope that kind of answers how we
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Great number one experience for you. How, you know, it was something that made them get it. I actually did a 3-way call for another leader recently, and the guy that we were talking to said that video was talking to me. He actually said, I started crying. Like I started tearing up watching the video. And I was like, yes, because the purpose of that video is to reach the emotional side of people. It's to reach the heart and get them thinking, because typically in our lives, we're so busy. Sometimes you got to get sometimes we got to shake people a little bit. They go, whoa, I need to think about things. And so that video is designed to kind of shake people a little bit. We don't have to shake them, right? But the video will shake them. And then they're like, oh, so that's awesome. Can you said, you know, you were doing some training on how to share it. You know, one of the reasons why we chose the name Crazy Yellow Pill is because it's a very easy conversation starter. You know, it could be like, man, you know, you look great today. And because you do, Jess, like your hair is done, the makeup's done. We get to see each other all the time in work, and we're not always put together. So like, if I saw Jess today, I'm like, Jess, your hair looks great today. Well, that's an easy thing. Like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've got a little secret. And they'd be like, well, what's the secret? And Jess would say, probably, you've heard of the Crazy Yellow Pill, right? And they would be like, what? Huh? What? Yeah. And you're like, girl, you got to see this thing. When do you have some time to take a look at a video, right? Mm-hmm. That's an easy one. Or, you know, how would you do it, Jess? How would you, you know, how are you training your people to use Crazy Yellow Pill as the invite?
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is a perfect segue. I mean, it's happened in the last 3 to 5 days with me specifically, the how you're looking or what you're looking like. My mom just had a recent bout with some colitis, some stuff going on, right? But I will tell you that every person that came in to see her was like, your skin looks amazing. And my mom looks at me like, what you gonna say? I'm like, well, so I use that. We have a secret. We got a fountain of youth. It's called a crazy yellow pill. And they're like, what? These are nurses. Never heard of it. So guess what? 5 folks are now viewing that and seeing how it fits in their world. So it was an easy conversation starter. I mean, just like that, my mom's learning it now, you know, can teach old dogs new tricks, right? That's all good. So I'm telling folks and I'm teaching my team, just listen for the other person. Listen to what they share and respond appropriately. Don't react to it, but kind of listen, let it sink in and go, oh, this is a perfect open door opportunity. So yes, that's an easy one. Another one is, for instance, with this gentleman that I'm going to see, he's a personal trainer and he's talking all about this and that and all the latest and greatest. And I was like, really? I said, so tell me what you know about supplements. And so he starts going into this whole tirade. I go, really? Well, are you familiar with activating? You've heard of the crazy yellow pill, right? And he's like, what do you mean activating? I'm like, activating your system. It's called crazy yellow pill. And he's like, I don't know about that. Like, that would be awesome if your body can do certain things. I'm like, yeah. He understood that it was the biggest powerhouse, what we already have, just had never heard of that term activating. So I use activating with my team too. And that kind of drew him in, which I'm like, okay, if it works for him, it could work for others, right? So think about the things that connect. Again, it's got to be our language, Brandon. I was just on a training with one of my newer distributors today. He went to the recruiting scripts, which is awesome, on teamtrueblue.org. And I was like, this is great. I said, but make sure you're using language that is you, not just what's written on a piece of paper. It's got to come from an organic space. And then people are going to respond. It's finding those common grounds. So for me, you're right. People are always telling me, wow, you look young. I have an easier conversation starter right there. Well, then you got to know about the crazy yellow pill, man. I mean, and I just say that and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, but seriously, there really is a crazy yellow pill. Check it out. And so we have that kind of a, you know, kind of, and it's a joking, but a real way where people are like, well, I want to know more. It's more a curiosity piece, I guess. It's drawing them in curiosity.
That's the piece. That's the piece. That's the hammer on the nail right there, guys, is that instead of giving your network the feeling like you're trying to sell them something, you're almost pulling, like they're chasing you. Like you asked a question, right? Like you've heard of the crazy yellow pill and you can do it with almost a grin on your face, a smile, or like kind of scouring like you haven't heard about this? Like, and all of a sudden they're like, whoa, wait a second. What did I miss? Right? It's a complete change in the mindset for people. It makes it simple for our teams to share. So thank you for being on. I know you got to run. I'm glad you were able to share that. And isn't it awesome that we now no longer have a question of where we're sending people? Isn't it awesome that we're just like, that's it. That's where you go.
Yeah, it's like high five, I'm hugging you. I'm doing all kinds of love through virtual right now because my team is loving it too. So thank you for that. I really appreciate all the leadership. And this is going to be a fun year. I already know it. It's only January 2nd.
That's
right. January 2nd. And I'm already like, woohoo.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Well, thanks for being on and go knock out that appointment. So next we've got coming on with us for the virtual workshop today. Gary Stern's going to be here with us now to kind of pick up this conversation a little bit about crazy yellow pill. There he is. What's up, Gary? How are you?
Hey, Brandon. Good. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Doing really good, man. Thanks for being on here with us today. Looking forward for you to drop some knowledge on our teams all over the world. Crazy. Like we started this years ago, basically out of the East Coast of the United States, you know, Florida, Louisiana. Now we are a global organization. And thanks for being on here to share a little bit of thoughts. So Gary was a big part of the birth of crazyyellowpill.com and continues to be one of our largest contributors to the team. So why don't we kind of pick up, we'll talk a little bit about Crazy Yellow Pill and then we'll transition into a project you're kind of involved in right now for the team that they can take advantage of. But what are some of your thoughts, Gary, about Crazy Yellow Pill with maybe, the diversity of it? We know we got the main video there, but what are some of your thoughts about what that tool what's actually available to people there?
Yeah, no, Brandon, I appreciate you bringing me on, and Jessica, great job. And the guy that you were talking about, Brandon, that was the call with me. And it was my prospect, a guy, he's middle-aged, has 2 kids, he's divorced, and he saw that father at the very beginning of the second segment of Crazy Yellow Pill. And I was watching him. I was sitting across the table from him, and he literally started to lose it because he realized that's what his life's going to look like unless something changes, right? And that's what we're trying to elicit in people is an emotional response. So if that's not enough by itself, the other thing that we can do is they can look around on that page. So Crazy Yellow Pill is more than just let's say the ABC video combined with some of the business testimonials or some of the stories, right? Some of the real life stories. There's science on there. In fact, let's go in order. There's results on there first and foremost, right? So there's results. There's testimonials from people. Like there's an athletic testimonial that you asked me to give about using these products in athletes and what they do, how they help make us feel and look and perform at our best. There's other ones on there with other anxiety and some of the other things that plague people in this world that we're in, some of the symptoms and how people have used these products to feel, look, and perform their best. That's pretty cool. In the middle, there's another tab with science where you can go on there and it's some of the doctors in our group that are world known, right? That do research and that speak to the power of the science that we have and the research that we have, or how many patients that they've used these products on and gotten off of medications over the years, right? Things that they've been able to accomplish with these with these products. And again, helping their people that they know, their friends, their family, even their clients in some cases, look, feel, and perform their best. And then, of course, there's the third category on there that talks about the patents, right? Where you can go to see that this is the real deal. The other cool thing is with it being like this one-stop shop, if people are like my guy where they're looking at it going, man, what do I do next? There's a button up there where they can click and it says join us. And no, they're not going to end up on Brandon's back office per se, right? Brandon and Lynette, because they're the ones that created this page. They're going to end up on the Lifevantage website where they can put in your distributor ID number and buy products right there on the spot, right? Buy them right there on the spot, where they can join you on your team as a Lifevantage distributor. Either way, it's a link directly back to Lifevantage. So those are the ways that you can use this thing so that you get somebody to land there by creating curiosity. Once they're in, they kind of get hooked by some part of it, whether it's the science talking to them, whether it's how they're going to feel better, whether it's the testimonials at the end and the stories that people tell of not having enough for retirement or wanting to retire their grandma or things like that. Something's going to catch their attention when it's all said and done.
Yeah, so part of the reason we put the website together the way we did, guys, is we know that before with tools we would use, videos we would use, Gary could attest to this, we'd send them the link, and if we couldn't get back with them immediately, without a doubt, with almost 100% certainty, they would go out to Google. They would go out to Google, and Google is an amazing resource for information, but I can promise you it is a commercial site. People use Google, business uses Google to their advantage commercially. And so you get all kind of stuff on Google. And so what we wanted to create at this website is a spot where people could go to and stay within the site. So we gave them, as Gary said, these stories from people using the product. We gave them stories from doctors talking about the science. We even gave them links to where they could go get real science, like at Google Scholar. Not many people know about Google Scholar, but like Google is the commercial side of things. Google Scholar is where you go to like get the real meat of stuff, right? It's not commercialized. And we've got those links there. And as Gary just said, we've also got a spot where if someone's ready to purchase, man, one of the biggest mistakes we've made in the past, that was we had to like send them another link. We don't have to do that anymore. They can just click on shop, and there's a little bit of a sentence there that says, find your distributor for wholesale pricing. So we're telling them, when you shop, you need to find your distributor. So as Gary said, you go to the Lifevantage, it directs you directly to the Lifevantage page, and there they're going to get to put in your name. Now, Gary, I know this is totally unrehearsed, but there's a lot of people watching this that don't even know they have a virtual website, that they have no idea. Like they've signed up as a distributor and they're like, well, how are they going to end up in my spot? So give them 2 minutes on the virtual, on their back office. Give them 2 minutes on that and what you can do there.
Yeah. So guys, if you haven't dug into your virtual office yet, I mean, trust me, I own a company. There's companies that pay thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for this kind of reporting, and you get it included with your business. So log in, start looking at some of the tabs across the top of the page there. You'll have tabs everywhere from finding out more information, a library of sorts, to looking at your commissions and where they come from, to looking at your organization and what your group looks like. And then there's a business site administration part. And that's the part that Brandon's talking about. You can go to that business site administration and set up your replicated website. So you can make your replicated website whatever you want it to be, as long as you don't use the pronouns, we'll call them, like publicly traded trademark names like Lifevantage, Pro Tandem, things like that, right? You can't use the product names, but you could call yours, runwithbrandon.lifevantage.com, and you send them to that link. And the thing is, it's cool. Once they land on that site, guys, once they land there, you're good to go. They're tied into your number, and you don't have to do anything extra. It's yours. It's included when you sign up and you buy a distributor pack, and a starter kit.
Yeah. So all of you that are listening to this, that are distributors or are making a decision to become a distributor, part of that process is you get a replicated website. It's a part of the enrollment process. And if you don't know what that link is, as Gary just told you, we can find that for you through your administration side of this thing. You can use your ID number to find yourself. But nonetheless, not Life Biohack, but Crazy Yellow Pill is a site that we're extremely excited about, and you need to familiarize yourself with it. It is the tool. We have a 3-step system, guys, and you really are only responsible for step 1, right? Step 1 is the invite. And that's really, besides following up, all you need to do, guys, is invite and follow up. Like, invite them to Crazy Yellow Pill, follow up to make sure they got on it, right? And if they did get on it, that's already step 2. That's the tool. So it's invite, tool, team. Your job is to invite. The tool's job is to tell the story, do some of the heavy lifting. Think of the tool as a filter. It's letting the stuff go through that shouldn't be there, and it's catching the stuff that should be there. And that's what this tool is. It's letting the people go through that really don't have an interest, but it's catching the attention of the ones that maybe have an interest or definitely have an interest. And then step 3 is getting them in front of the team. And the team is done when your lips are sealed and someone else is telling the story, whether that's in person, webinars, 3-way calls, and the such. And so we're super excited about this tool. It's really getting it had its formal launch just a few weeks ago. And we're going to continue to add content to Crazy Yellow Pill, but gone is the day of asking what video do you show or what tool do you use. It's crazyyellowpill.com. So let's switch gears to a topic that is kind of a mirror or dovetail approach to Crazy Yellow Pill, and that is our online, I call it online, but really we should be saying our social media approach to this business. As you guys know, social media, it's not going anywhere. With billions and billions of users, the only thing that's going to change is the platforms, right? We're not saying Facebook's going to be here forever, but it's the granddaddy right now. We know Instagram is gaining great speed, and that's why Facebook bought them. I mean, Facebook they got so much money, if an app gets traction, they just buy it. And so we as networkers, our job, let's forget the net part. Let's talk about marketing. Forget net. Let's just talk about marketing, right? As a marketer, your job is to decipher where people's attention is. Because if you don't have their attention, you're never going to sell anything. And so it's our job to grab people's attention, whether that's in our immediate network in the town we live in. That's the ultimate, where there's relationships and people know you. That's like a no-brainer, right? That's the quickest way to build a network, is with people that know you. But maybe you only know a few hundred people. Maybe you only know a few thousand people. There are billions. What I heard, 3 billion users or 3 billion people on Facebook alone. You are never going to run out of people there. And we also know that, just look around. People are on their cell phones, and they're typically on social networks. And if they're going to be on a social network, don't you want them looking at your stuff, right? You want them, when they're scrolling, to stop on your stuff. And we know this, and it's why we put such a great effort into what we are currently doing with our social media strategies. And that's why really Gary is here today, is to talk about one of our groups that we use in Team True Blue. And that group is called Life Biohacked. If you are not a part of Life Biohacked, get in that group today, right? It is the group that we use to share information. Instead of sharing websites, we can log them in, and what we can do in there, Gary's going to elaborate the beauty of what we've created in there. And Gary is spearheading a lot of the revamping. It's getting some cosmetic surgery right now. Life Biohack's getting some cosmetic surgery. We're taking some years off. We're giving it a fresh look. And so, Gary, I'm gonna give you the mic here. Talk them through the concept of building on social. Talk to them about the organization that you're creating, maybe some of the problems we experienced in the past, and the organization we're delivering to them. So run with it. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, man, no problem. And we're helping to sift and sort. That was what you were talking about. Think of somebody panning for gold. We're panning for gold. And this just helps us sift through people who don't necessarily want to go to an external website, or they may not be somebody you can get on the phone immediately, right? You might only know them through social media. So that Life Biohack group that Brandon's talking about, it really is its own self-contained opportunity site, right? So people get there. The biggest facelift that we've made to it recently is we're changing it over to a social learning group. What you can do with that is you can create units. So think of it like going through school almost, right? And you get welcomed into a course, and then there's a course syllabus, and you go through the various units. First, you learn about this, then you learn about that. If you want to know more about this, it's an optional unit that you can add in. So some of them are going to be optional, some are going to be mandatory. Right now, I've just been making everything mandatory as I load that in there. But it's to give it a simple, clean, easy to follow, easy to find what you're looking for format, right? So here's the deal. Jessica, going back to what she said earlier this morning, Jessica said, I went out there and somebody asked me, oh, what about your skin or your hair, right? And so here's somebody who wants to know more. So, hey, if I were to add you to a private Facebook group, I know we're just Facebook friends, but you commented on something I posted about my hair. If I could, not my hair, this hair, if I could put you into a group where you can learn more about that at your own pace and see some real world stories. Guys, that's the part that I want to drive home. They can go onto your replicated website and they can see all the science they ever need to see. And they can see all the videos they ever needed to see about the product, right? About the science behind it. We're talking real world stories. And as long as they're compliant, I'm going to hit on that in a second, but when people see results and excitement, that's what sells. They pull the trigger at that part. So she could say, if I could put you in this group, not only will you get to learn more about what this crazy yellow pill is and learn more about what biohacking in general does to your body, but you can see for yourself some real world stories of people that have had thicker, fuller hair, or people that have more shine to their hair. If we're using that hair example, or more manageability or better color, right? If I could get you into that group, would you take a look at it? Heck yeah, add me. Okay, so what's the next step? Before we add them and tag them in the pinned post. And here's where I'm saying take it one step further. You know they're already interested in the hair. So not only tag them in the welcome post, there's one welcome video that we're going to welcome every single person into the group in, but then go in and tag them down in the post, let's say in this instance, about hair. There's a whole section on hair care. And maybe one person in particular where maybe it's, oh my gosh, Tori's daughter, Jenna. Maybe it's Jenna's story, right? And so you turn around and you not only tag them in the welcome post. When I say tag, it means you use the little @ symbol in their name after you've added them to the group. So you've asked them for permission to add them to the group. You not only add them to the group, but you tell them you're going to have to accept that invite. Some people have their stuff set up where they can't get added to just groups without them accepting the invite into the group. So when you're thinking, man, I added somebody to the group and they haven't been approved yet, chances are you need to follow up with your prospect and let them know, hey, I added you to that group. I tagged you in a couple of posts, right, using the little @ symbol in their name. And then this is the message, ATM, add, tag, message. You're messaging them on Messenger. And you're saying, I added you to that group. Make sure you accept the invite. And check out that post about Jenna's hair. It's going to blow you away. It's exactly what we were just talking about the other day. So that's what we're talking about there. Now, the other part of the message part is you've got to create a message with them. You can use Facebook Messenger and 3 and 4 and 5-way messages on there, right? Brandon, I've added him into groups of 1 and groups of a couple of people at the same time where we can send little video or audio messages back and forth. And you're literally getting your third-party validation, maybe while you're sleeping, maybe while you're out fishing, while Brandon's fishing or riding a bike or whatever. The conversation keeps going and accelerates that process.
No, that's good.
One other thing about compliance. One last thing about compliance, guys. We need more results and stories in there, but make sure that as you post your stories, we may not approve them immediately. We may ask you to modify a few words because we got to be very careful about what we say and don't say in that group. So if you get asked to change a couple of words, don't take it personally. We've all had to change ours. I remember Casey even saying she couldn't get over how non-compliant her story was, so she just changed a few words in there. Now it's one of the most powerful stories we have in that group. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, and so for some of you, what Gary and I were just talking about, there may be terms or words that we were using that you're just like what are y'all talking about? So listen, if you are not Facebook or social media savvy, it's okay, right? It's okay, right? That's what we created.
CrazyYellowPill.com.
CrazyYellowPill.com, right? And if I was going to say, if you're not familiar with the internet, then hey, you could probably still build this thing without the internet. In fact, we've got a group of Amish people that are doing just fine without the internet. But most everybody is familiar with the internet and using the internet. That's CrazyYellowPill.com. We also know that there is a growing number of people that their attention is in social media and they just communicate that way. It's really a matter, guys, of you to figuring out, how do you communicate with your friends? Do you text them? If you text them, use CrazyYellowPill.com. If you call them, use CrazyYellowPill.com. If you communicate through social media, now you may want to use Life Biohacked, right? Because they're just used to communicating. And so for those of you that are communicating on social media platforms, and that's the main way you communicate, that's what this tool has been created for. And there's over 12,000 people in the group, which is good. It's not fantastic, but what will make this group fantastic is what Gary was alluding to, and that is your participation in this group every day. Every day as a distributor, go in there, contribute to the post. It doesn't mean that necessarily you have to create a post, but why not go into some posts that really are things you like to talk about and have conversations in those posts, because doing that will here's some big words. It will augment the, let's see, and I'm calling myself out here now, the algorithms, right? It will augment the algorithms so that Facebook goes, wait a second, there's a conversation going on here. And all 12,000 of those people, or all the people inside Life Biohacked, will now start seeing these conversations. It will grab the attention of all these people. And that's what we want. We don't want people looking at spam on social media. We want them looking at our content. We want them looking at ways that they can improve their health. And you can play a major part in that as a team member of Team True Blue inside of Life Biohacked. And these units are fantastic. So you will see in the near future that pinned post is starting to come together, where it's going to be a real simple pinned post with a welcome video to the team or to the group, explaining what the group's about, and having a mirror of that video that we've got that explains a little bit of the product and some of the stories there. So we're super excited about Life Biohacked and how that's going to continue to be a tool that helps us build our business and help you as new distributors get some checks coming in. And Gary hit on one of the biggest parts of this business just now, guys, and that's the stories. There's a saying, guys, that facts tell and stories sell. And again, we're going to get them in the Life Biohacked, and there's so many amazing stories there that they're not going to go out to Google. That's not going to be their next step. We're going to keep them in Life Biohacked, and they're going to keep circling through there, looking at these stories. And the key thing Gary said there is the messaging part of this. It's easy to add someone to a group. It's easy to tag someone in a message. Please make sure that you are doing the third step, and that is having a conversation and communicating through that third step. And the easiest step would be Facebook, right? Messenger, that would be the easiest way. It doesn't have to be the only place you communicate, but since they're in Facebook, that's an easy way to message them. So any last thoughts, Gary, about Life Biohacked and Crazy Yellow Pill for these newbies?
No, I mean, you hit it on the head. I mean, use it. Number one, contribute, have conversations. When you tag somebody, don't just put their name in. I mean, imagine you go to a post and it's just a list of like 100 names, right? Put their name in and say, Brandon, this is what I was talking about. Check out John's story about the recovery he had with his knee after having, an athletic injury. It's going to blow you away. We need to talk as soon as you've seen this, right? You've created something in there, and then John has to kind of respond to that. You just tag his name in there. It's just a name, right? That's not a community. That's just information, right? Not a conversation. And then the last thing I would say, have some sort of DMO, some sort of daily method of operation. Like Brandon said, if yours is making phone calls, then say you're going to make 5 phone calls a day. You're going to send 10 texts a day to get people invited to Crazy Yellow Pill, right? If yours is social media, have the same thing with social media. You're going to meet 3 new people. You're going to make 3 new friends that day. You're going to do a post every day. And some days it's going to be personal. And some it's going to be on maybe a quick product or a company curiosity creating post. You don't use the names. You just create a little curiosity. See mine from today. It's a great example. It'll actually be from Wednesday. It's a great example of it. And then the third thing is have those conversations. Start 3 new conversations with people. Brandon, you said it. It's the C word. Conversations. Conversations are where it's at. Whoever has the most conversations wins. It's not you telling them the whole story. You need to start those conversations. So thanks for having me on here this morning, Brandon. I appreciate it, man. And flip it back to you.
Awesome. Thanks for being on, buddy. I appreciate it. Great information there and advice from Gary Stern, one of our elite distributors in this Team True Blue. So I just want to share a couple more things for you guys as you are taking this information in. The team has a website also, teamtrueblue.org, not .com. teamtrueblue.org, and there you will find everything you need for the new distributor to get started. There is a Get Started tab with a worksheet If you have not filled that worksheet out, do it today. It doesn't take long, and it really will help your support team do just that, support you. We need to know what you want. We need to know why you signed up. We need to know what your future goals are. We need to know a few things so that we can be of service to you. And also in there are some things you need to know to get paid, to be able to find these groups, how you can plug in. And that's a key part of your success in this business, is plugging in like you're doing today, plugging into these virtual workshops. There's an events tab there that will let you know where all the events that are the team is a part of, where you can either get on virtually like this or get to some live events. And just a few weeks from now, there is a lead school, guys. January 19th is lead school. Make sure you know what lead school is. If it's in your abilities, go attend a lead school. It's a 4-hour training, much more in depth than this, what we're doing today. For those of you that are really ready to run with us and take advantage of this opportunity. So make sure you are familiar with everything at teamtrueblue.org. About 80% of the questions I get over and over and over and over every week can be answered if they would have just gone to teamtrueblue.org. Like, what's the link to that opportunity webinar? What's the link to the team calls? When are we doing this meeting? What's the date of this? What? It's all there, guys. It is all at teamtrueblue.org. It's updated weekly. It's a major way that we communicate with our team. So I would say make sure you're staying on top of teamtrueblue.org on a weekly basis, because there's new stuff there all the time. We have, between today, we've talked about crazyyellowpill.com as our tool to share this information. We've talked about Life Biohacked as our Facebook group to share information. And now for the team members of distributors, we've also got teamtrueblue.org. Familiarize yourself with those 3 things as a source of information for you to build your business. Last thing I want to share with you guys today, I'm pretty excited about, because I've been able to be a small part of the development of our Facebook app and our Lifevantage app. I don't know Mark Zuckerberg that well at Facebook, but I do know Ryan Goodwin pretty well, and the marketing team at Lifevantage, and they have been developing an app for us to help us grow our Lifevantage business. And it's a really great tool that you should be using. I use on a daily basis. I go in, I check my organizational volumes there. I go in, and it's how I sign people up, my customers and my distributors. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. And I'm going to attempt to do it today right here on my screen to share with you. So let me share screen one more time. And let's see, that's good. We're going to go here and we're going to share. And then now I need to click that and click that. And there it is. Let me minimize some things. How about that? So you are now looking at, you're looking at my laptop, but you should also be looking at my iPhone, right? So here's what my iPhone looks like. Some of you are like 74 notifications. Don't worry about that. 20 voicemails. Maybe if you left me a voicemail, you should be worried about that. But let's go into the Lifevantage app and open it up, okay? This is what it looks like. Well, when it opens up, here's what it's going to look like. And it says no more cards to show. And that's because I try to stay on my action cards. If there's something you need to do, it'll be right here. It'll be like, hey, Brandon, so-and-so needs to be followed up. That's an amazing asset that we have building here with this app, is that instead of going on Facebook and scrolling for 30 minutes and trying to entertain yourself, why not open your Lifevantage app and make some money? I mean, that's the point here. Instead of opening Facebook or Instagram or whatever, open your Lifevantage app and do 90 seconds of work by sharing some information, okay? Now, once we've shared that information, what I want to do for you guys now is show you how simple it is to share a cart or enroll a distributor, right? So you'll notice at the bottom here, let me see if I can draw on this. I think I should be able to. Yeah, look right here, right? It's not going to be a pretty drawing because I'm using my finger on a mouse pad here, but that plus button, if I click on it, it's now going to take me to, well, it normally looks like this. That's what it should look like. I already had it open because I was trying to prepare for what we're doing now, right? So let me undo that. And so this is what it looks like. You see 4 sections. You see add a contact, you see create a meeting, share a cart, or send an enrollment link. So let me undo that. Let's click on this third thing, share a cart. So I'm going to click, actually I'm going to have to turn this off. So now I'm on my cart section of this thing, right? And what you see here is just the featured carts. So this is what the company has put in as their feature items. And why not have those featured, right? The Vitality Stack is, if you're not taking the Vitality Stack, you're just missing. You are missing out on the finest biohacking products there are. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. I don't go a day without it. Like I search for it every day. But there is a section that it's right here under saved, right? That you can create your own section of carts that you've created. And so you'll notice on mine that I've got a few saved here. I typically, a lot of the people I'm signing up are on those essentials of the Vitality Stack or just Nerf 2. So I'm going to click on this right here. And when I do, here we go. You'll see it open up, right? So let me clear everything out of here. So this is what it looks like. Now, when you click on that, and then you'll see in blue, it says attach cart. So I'll click on that, and now it's gonna open up to some of the people that I've added as customers, or even some of my distributors, okay? So let's just see, let's see, let me pick on John, because John is a guy that helped build my house. So I've decided I'm going to send John a cart. You'll see right up here in the upper right, it says next. So I click on next, and now I have the ability to leave him a message. And what's already there, it says here's the perfect cart for you. I can send that, or I can delete that, and I can put my own message in. And then right down here, right, is the send button, and I send that. And that cart or that link is now sent to John, and all he has to do is click on the link. He's automatically in my back office. The product has already been selected. All John has to do at this point is put in his name and his credit card. And if I put his data fields in, if I've got his address in, and an email or a phone number, all he literally has to do is put in his credit card and billing information, or if I put the billing information in, it's already there. He can modify it if he needs. But nonetheless, that's how you would do a cart. Now, let me back out of some of this, and we'll go back to the customer, the main page when you open this thing up. And you'll see send enrollment link, right? So if I click on send enrollment link, it kind of looks the same way. And let's see, this time I'll send it to Dylan, right? And now I'll hit next again. And again, you see a message, and it says, I'm excited to start working with you. Let's get started by clicking this link. They click the link, and now they have got the link to my back office. And I typically do both of these, the cart and the distributor guys, I send this to them while I'm on the phone with them, okay? I don't just randomly send it to them. I have found that they randomly don't click the link. Okay. So I send them these links and I'm on the phone with them. I'm like, okay, I just sent it to you. You should be getting it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Open it up. And then I walk them through the process until it is done. I do not just send the link. That's all in part of the being a professional about this, guys. And so let me stop my share. Well, before I do that, let me come out of here. Okay. Let me get back to, people. So in the people section, we can build our network there. You can also use the meeting section so that you are able to schedule meetings. It will remind them of meetings as well as remind you. And then also under the me section, you can track your organization. If you hit media down at the bottom, you've got a ton of training that we're revamping that right now so that you've got some stuff at your fingertips. You've got PowerPoints in here. You've got video assets. There's a lot of stuff in this app that I want you to get familiar with. So let's stop the share there. Come back to the main screen here with you guys. So I want you to get familiar with the app. It's getting better all the time. Is it finished? No. It's going to continue to have improvements, enhancements. One of the coolest enhancements in the latest update is that this app will tell you when people in your organization that you've personally enrolled, when their auto ships have not run. So it's going to give you alerts saying, hey, so-and-so's auto ship didn't run. And you get to see it and you can communicate. It'll help. Guys, mind-blowing tool. Just that. Like just that is mind-blowing for you so that you don't have to go search. The app will do it for you, but it will only do it if you're using the app. All right. Also, a little side note, the more you use the app, the more incentives the company is giving you. If you are a platinum pack qualified distributor and you're using the app, the company is actually sending customers out. I've got people in my organization that have got 10, 15 customers given to them because they have a platinum pack and they use the app. Who wants free customers, right? Who wants free customers? Be a platinum pack holder and use the app, and the company is sending out free customers, literally, for using the app. There are some bugs in it. I run into bugs almost every day, but treat it as if, we have a saying in our business, guys, and our team, that this is our team, our company, own it. It's one of our core values. In fact, it's core value number 6. If you don't know about our core values, go to teamtrueblue.org and scroll down past the first video, and our core values are there. If you want to know what you are a part of, the group that you have linked arms with, or maybe you're just kind of putting your toe in the water a little bit, if you want to know who we are, what we stand for, and how we operate from top to bottom in everything we do, it's in those core values. There's 7 of them. So why is core value number 6 really important? It's because there will be hiccups with the app, but it's your app. It's not the company's app, not the company's app. It's your app. And if you treat it that way, it's going to get amazing. So if you have some issues with your app, why don't you be a problem solver, right? Let's take the initiative as business owners and let's help the company improve our app. Just imagine you're part of the crew that's designed to fix the app, right? Like that's your job, right? So when you have problems, take note, let your support team know, and we'll communicate that to the company. And with social media today, you're able to get a hold of just about everybody in the marketing team when it comes to the app. But that's how I enroll people. I enroll people as distributors and send carts through my phone. But a little pro tip I gave you guys, I don't just send them the link and think they're going to finish the process. I stay on the phone with them until it's done. Then I know it's done. And it's amazing. The app will let you know when people have done things. It'll send you notifications when you've got a new customer, when you've got a new distributor. It lets you know when you're getting paid. So how cool is that? So I hope that this workshop today has been beneficial for you. In closing words, I'll say this. At its very simple form, what we do is take the products and share the information. Everything that we just said to you over the last 60 minutes from a training aspect is just things to help you be more efficient. If none of that made sense and all of that's maybe too complicated, what you do is just tell people about these amazing products. And when they have questions, get their questions answered by your support team. Or if they want the product, you've got the app on your phone. As long as you've got their phone number or their email, you're in business. Send them the link, walk them through the process. They enroll, the product shows up at their door, you get paid. Do that over and over again. And maybe ask them for referrals. Hey, would you like to make some money with your cell phone? Would you like to make some money instead of scrolling on Facebook using an app that my company and I are developing? I use that all the time. Like, you know, I've got an app that I'm developing with my company that allows me to make money part-time. Would you like to make some money with your cell phone? I mean, guys, literally, you have the ability to build your business with this. And why not do it? A lot of people would want to do it. They just don't know how. Show them the way to share the information. We've shared with you a bunch of different ways that you have at your fingertips to build this business. But at its core is you having fun, you enjoying the products, telling those stories, sharing the information, and people will eventually take the product. That is network marketing. If you do it on a small scale, it's fun. If you do it on a big scale, it's more fun. And I hope this has been an amazing few minutes with you today. I want you, if you are with a group of people, I want you to get your questions answered. So get with the people that invited you there. Sign up. Sign up today. Stick around. Maybe have some coffee, maybe some beer, maybe some soda, some water, whatever it is that's at your function. If you're not at a function, how about this? When we do this virtual training, when we do this virtual training 4 weeks from now in February, why don't you, if you're not with someone now, why don't you have some people at your house? Why don't you have some people at the Starbucks near you or wherever you want to get together, wherever you're comfortable, and invite some people to be with you that you want to do this with? It's that simple. The team is here to support you. We're so happy you are a part of Team True Blue. We are dedicated to helping you hit your goals for 2019 and beyond. And we won't stop until you are exactly where you want to be, because that's just what we do. We love this company, we love these products, and we love building this together. It's just a better way. It's a better way, guys, than the old way, right? So you guys have fun today, and we'll see you guys at the next virtual workshop in about 4 weeks. Bye-bye.